So, money. It's this thing we've been using since some guy was like, hey, want to trade your goat for this fancy shell? But here's the thing. Every single kind of money we've ever invented has, without fail, turned into garbage. Like, every time. For example, the Romans, who were basically Italians with worse Wi-Fi, had this coin called the denarius. It was once nearly pure silver, but the problem is the emperors kept running out of money for their wars and like giant statues of themselves. So they started mixing in cheaper metals, turning their coins into the equivalent of a knockoff Rolex. At first, people didn't notice, but over time, everyone realized the new coins weren't pure silver. So merchants started demanding more coins for the same stuff. Prices went up, inflation took off, and before long, the denarius was worth about as much as a Roman NFT. Fast forward to Germany in the 1920s, a country so broke after World War I that it decided the best way to pay its debts was to just print more money. Before long, there was so much cash floating around that it was cheaper to wallpaper your house with it than to buy actual wallpaper. This is hyperinflation, when money loses value super fast. People were carrying cash in wheelbarrows just to buy a hot dog. Not even a good hot dog, like a gas station hot dog. You're probably thinking, okay, but the US dollar's fine, right? And the euro's like still a thing. Sure, for now. But every currency in history has crashed. The dollar is only 50 years old since America ditched gold in 1971. And the euro is barely out of its diapers, only born in 1999. And right now, the US is churning out dollars to cover debts that make the GDP look like pocket change. Europe's doing the same with euros, hoping that if they print enough, people might stop noticing the problem.
What the hell going on up in here?
The basic thing still stands. Money only works if people trust it's worth something. And when you keep printing it like knockoff Pokemon cards, trust goes out the window faster than a celebrity deleting a controversial tweet. So, what should you do when your money is essentially monopoly money? Well, the worst thing to buy is anything tied to money like bonds. Gold is better. Humans have been obsessed with it for 5,000 years, from pharaohs to pirates to people who just really like shiny things. In Weimar Germany, gold bought bread. In Zimbabwe's 2008 money meltdown, one coin could feed a family. Even in Venezuela's collapse, people swapped gold for dollars on the sly. The problem with gold is it doesn't make more gold. It just sits there looking fancy. So, real estate is better than gold. There's only so much land and people always need somewhere to live unless Elon Musk figures out that whole Mars thing. Land can be rented out in exchange for other goods or services. And when inflation hits, your property value climbs while your fixed rate mortgage stays the same. Basically, the money you owe stays the same, but your house is now worth more. Farmland's better. If you can grow potatoes, you're basically a king. Food prices rise, your income rises, and your land value rises too. A potential downside is governments can just yeet your property if they feel like it, for public use. Think highways or a shiny NFL stadium, because apparently that's legal. If you don't want to play landlord or start a potato empire, then invest in companies that make money without spending much. Think tech, software, or Coca-Cola, who somehow convinced the world to pay $3 for sugar water with bubbles. These companies have pricing power, which is just a fancy way of saying they can charge more and we'll still buy it. Think about it. You're not going to boycott Coke over a few extra cents, right? But honestly, the best investment is skills. Skills people will always need, like doctors, electricians, or mechanics. When the economy's in the toilet, people still need their actual toilet fixed. So grab some gold, some land, or learn to rewire a house, and you might survive when the next currency inevitably tanks.